Hello, hello, hello. What happened? Oh, 1 second. Let's start this again. Actually, in fact, I think I might have to completely cut the stream. Okay, never mind. No, I don't. Not this time. We good. Let's start this again. All right. Almost. You almost started, but no, it's good. It's good. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to more. The greatest attorney Chronicles. So, yeah. Hi. Oh my god! 22 fish! It is indeed. It has been so long since I've seen you. What? Like, how you been? Like, I could joke that it's like, yeah, Till became a YouTuber since you left. Well, that is true, since it's been forever since I've seen you, but, and yes, in that time I had become a VTuber. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, I'm working full time, streaming on the side as a VTuber, no, as it is. As one normally does, right? Work full time, stream on the side, give all that money you raise for money for charity. As one does. Wait 4 days to get a game that you pre-ordered. Oh yeah, I would like to mention to everyone in chat that I finally got my copy of Pokemon Scarlet. Yeah, the game came out. Yeah, the game came out Friday. I pre-ordered it 2 months ago. You might know the story if you've seen it on Twitter. But the saga ended today. I got my copy. Actually, I'm probably not gonna blame the, I'm not gonna really blame the, honestly, I'm not gonna blame anyone except the address fault thing, because it seems to me that the delivery guy knew exactly where my house was, despite me missing one letter. And it was also fair that he had another package delivered on the street, and I was like, huh, probably same place. So anyways, so it's not like, oh no, it's all good, yeah. But yeah, now I know, yeah, make sure to double check that address. But it was crazy, dude. Whole saga's on Twitter, not gonna relive it now. I'm just gonna probably post at the end that I have the game now. And then so the saga finishes. So, as per tradition, or as of when I remember, as per tradition, Alexa, Volume 7. Alexa, tell us an interesting fact. Oh, I remember this one. This one has a clip.
And the vibration that causes sound.
Yeah, I stream raising all the money I earn from all the money I earn from like subs and bits and all that, all go to Extra Life. We do have some milestones. They are still up. So yeah, these are the ones. Totally not in order. But, our next one is the send alerts from our friends. And also update on that Friday stream. I am unsure if I'm gonna do it or not. Now that I do have my copy of Scarlet, and I just want to play Scarlet. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, well, we'll see how that goes. I do really want to make sure I finish up Adventures soon. And maybe start, because, I mean, to be fair, the original plan was to finish Adventures at least by the end of this year. But, we'll see how things go from there. But for now, let's just continue. Yeah, tomorrow's my last day of the week for work this week because I have off Friday. Here we go. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now just thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get dressed. No! I need to investigate! I can't go into a case not knowing I can't just go into another case not knowing what actually happens. Yeah, I'm still... I'm sorry. Hey. Adventure of the Runaway Room does have a heavy impact on this episode, so therefore I can make reference to it. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Your ladyship! I love how startled he gets every time Iris is around. We should keep her around more often. We should always investigate with Iris. Gregson will let us do almost everything we need. Wow! Well, it was quite simple. We just... Sato, explain. I don't believe it. How did you get that stubborn little redfish to sign that? Through friendship. I salute you! That's good work, that is. Now, will you let us investigate? I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special one designed really for tea. Glug, 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 glug. Ah, lovely. Now let's see now. Yes. I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship! Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of crime then? Do as you please. Iris, you're gonna stay around for every investigation ever, okay? And if Shom says I'm not allowed to bring you, too bad, I'm gonna bring you. You know where it happened? Through the door behind the counter. Yes, the storage room. That's where I discovered Mr. Winniebank. Right, well, I'll be getting back to the business then. Will you be investigating this room as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, you need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there's many articles to go through. It's taking forever, even with the lads working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case at the yard that needs investigating urgently. Well, if Shows doesn't shot, I'd send him that way for that case. But unfortunately, dude got shot. And I cried. That must be with what... That's what Lauren Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Here, I'm just here to discover truth. Come then. Let's not waste any time. now we can examine. Let's go this way. I kind of want to talk to one of the bobbies. But for now, let's investigate. Oh, look here! Oh yes, a bullet hole. I can see the bullet is still lodged into the wall. Presumably, Mr. Winnybig wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. He couldn't, Renosuke. His revolver has 1 bullet in it. I need to see that revolver ASAP. I need to check how many bullets there are in it. Ah, well. Mr. Shrooms likes to practice his drawing in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all over. It's all in there in the Inventions of Sherlock Sholmes, you know. Yes, because I read those, Sato. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah! Did I read something like that? Probably in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It's quite dangerous. A quite dangerous pastime. I like how we're talking about this to the man who got shot. It wasn't his fault. Should have took the bullet. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once! We're talking about the man who got shot? Forget that now, Rena. Let's examine this bullet. What's around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! I may as well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like a sight of blood that gets the blood pumping, is there, Rono? Nope, not at all. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. You're a crazy 10-year-old. I have a feeling I have no bloody mind. I am not as bloody mind as you, Iris. I'm afraid that the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it. You see? When it comes to blood, we are all different types. Yes. What a scientific observation. So you need this. Oh no. What's that scary looking thing? Hurley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch! Oh! The color of bloodstain has changed. There! Doesn't make sense now? Nope, not at all, Iris. Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. No, I am not understanding. Renosuke, we are not on the same page here. Good. It works as the principle. On the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? Yes! How wonderful! The chemical fires combined with the blood makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood is it you're looking at. In a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Jeannie would say it's a bleeding great. So whose blood are we looking at then? It's Sholmes, isn't it? If I were to guess, it's Sholmes' blood. Well, as the chemical does, it's turn the blood a different color, so... And just find someone whose blood turns the same color, and you'll know who it belongs to in the flash. Sholmes! It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? In 1 flash or 2, this could turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record. Let's keep testing and adding results. Adding results to any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have reverence to the left, sure. Ah, yeah. Name unknown. Okay. I have a feeling that blood we see there is Sholmes' blood. Now, while we're at it, let's talk to the Bobby. This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we even came in here. Sha! Keep it down. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to monologue. There's a major clue just here. Really? Then we must tell Grexy at once. But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. Stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I ain't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to leave me and take over me shift. Haha, they really have a tough time, the British police. That doesn't stop us investigating those, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Hello, Evelyn. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things that as if they're right in front of your eyes. It makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes blissfully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Let's talk to this Bobby. The police are scouring every inch of this place by the looks of it. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and every ledger in the book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. It has! Yeah, it came today, about an hour after I got home from work. And I played it for about an hour, and then I was like, "All right, I have to stream." I wasn't gonna just be like, "No, I'm gonna cancel stream tonight just so I can play Pokemon." No. I have tomorrow to play Pokemon, and Friday, because let's face it, I'm probably not gonna play any on Thursday. We're shifting through all the shifts at least, but we'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even if we barely have a scratch of the surface, a crime in the pawnbrokers. It must be every policeman's work. I'm probably not going to. I have so many games lined up. It's just, if I start another game to stream, I'm probably not going to be starting another one for a while. Because we have right now both criminal. We have the Greatest Attorney Chronicles, and then Condemned Criminal Origins. Every copper's worst nightmare, you know? A crime in the pawnbroker. Wow. Thinking. Let's check the music box, see if we can do anything. It has a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Rono? Yes, but I've never seen this one as large as this in Japan. Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy with all the policemen in the ring giving you a fierce look. Never mind that. If anyone says anything, I'll tell Grexy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of the Scotland Yard. At only the age of 10. The shelves are where pawnbrokers put articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange mercenary, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find something real treasures among all the junk, you know. You mean like the viola? Sorry, I had to make the joke. Are you alright, Rono? Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't just help but wishing you owned it. Even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. Ah, yes, the horse statue. I would buy that horse statue. Alright, we have another Bobby to speak. Okay, never mind. There's articles ledgered here in Mr. Windbaker's notes, and... What's this? It looks as though someone left a little photographic print behind. Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Ooh, show us, Susie. Show us. 15th of February, 10:30 p.m. Article is positive. One gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, April 15th, 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Yes! It must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And that still wearing, which belonged to Miss McGill. I would never expect the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Windbaker just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have on hand. But this photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact picture somewhere recently. Oh, yes, you're right! Very recently. It's the same one as Ginny gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Nadado? Get it out! Alright! Let the cogs turn. Yes, they're exactly the same. Iris probably found a difference. I got it! These two photographs had an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we need you to tell us about this pair of photographs. So Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windbaker's counter and the one Genus gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between the two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? Come again? If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Have another look at them now. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. Very subtle, though. I can't even see it. It's a spot the difference, really. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Ah, well, are a set, you see. No, I don't. The pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, a stereoscope. Why do I feel like I've heard that word somewhere before recently? Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Shrubs showed us yesterday. You see? There's just one... There it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course. The magical machine that takes pictures that look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depths in pictures, even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon. Bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on with this investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. I don't even get a choice. Okay, we can go back to it later. We'll talk a little bit later, okay, Iris? We have more to investigate. Okay. Behind that door is the storage room, isn't it? That's where Grexy said. Yes, and that's where I saw the dreadful scene last night. Though the little window in the door. There's a little window in the door. Mr. Winnipeg, face down on the floor, Tina beside him. As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruto. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry. If there's any clues in there, I'll find them. Okay, but first you need to explain stuff to us, Cyrus. Because we're dumb. Have you ever considered, Rono, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just opened them, and it works. Well said, Renosuke. Well said. Well said, friend. Yet the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes. Shocking. But what about the people who only have one eye, Iris? Huh? I'm pretty sure there's a VTuber out there who only has one eye. If you just try closing one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. I don't see it, Iris. What do you see with your left eye? What do you see with your right eye? Are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to... Oh! Now I'm seeing it. Yes, I am just randomly closing one eye and opening. Exactly. And that's in your head. Your brain uses that to shift and to estimate the depth as it merges the two eyes into one view. That's how we can sense steps and everything we see. Haha, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Ah, I think I see. The pair of photographic prints consists of a left eye view and the right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie! You're so quick! So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints. Yes, Rono, you're beginning to understand. And the stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing the stereoscope at all. You can? Really? Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereotype. Go. Oh, yes, I'm dying to have a go. Dr. Sanders really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Kind of. Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me. And see if you can copy. It makes your eyes do this. Alright. Let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? There! How's that? Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Rono. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the brick of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the print. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. Guys, it's really hard for me to cross my eyes. I saw it for a second. You try it now, Rono. I'm just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the print split into two images for you? Now, next step is to put this pair of prints side by side like this, and then try crossing your eyes again. I wish I had an animation for crossing eyes. Ugh. The prints should slowly merge together until they form a new single image in the center. Oh, yes! Mr. Naruto, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real! Oh, I could look at it all day. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Rono. Pretend you're looking through two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Just keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like, is this it? I can't cross my eyes well. There, you managed funny know how the stereoscope images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but there really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of their stereotypical prints then, Rono? They're certainly amazing, but isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Yeah, I know, I still can't cross my eyes well. No, some people find it easier than others. That's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Thank you, Iris. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then sets a pair of photographs and stand them back, and it's still amazing, even though I already roughly know how it works. Well, one that seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding constructions in lots of households in the capital currently. But these little machines are so affordable. Surely there's no need to go start staring cross-eyed at pictures when you like them, you hate them. But there's so much more satisfying being able to see the effects with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereotypical prints. I never heard of them until yesterday. We certainly have learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's not knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Wait, I think we examined everything, so let's move. I don't want to have to go where murder took place, but it beats being where someone was shot. Poor Iris. She's climbed up completely. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windbake's life was only taken in this very room only last night. Gregson? Hello? Ah! Wait! Inspector! What is it now, sunshine? I'm really feeling sunshine today. Why are you calling me sunshine? We're all black! You took one look at me and tried to run away! You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from something? Jumped up a little defense lawyer, do you? Guilty as charged. Oh, he's scared that Iris is upset. Make her feel better! I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, that's the thing. I don't know what to say to her. Well, just say everything's gonna be fine. Just tell her Hurley's gonna be fine, you know? So you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old. Yep. The 10-year-old's the scary one, guys. I'm afraid this is all a little too much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Eh? Um, don't, don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Inspector! She's dead! I don't think that went very well. Look, I'm just in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. Well, let's see how you look in this case. And the next adventure of Sherlock Holmes. I'll be the truly cool young defense lawyer. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I would like to hear more of what the socially intent inspector has to say. Oh, Curly. And inquire into how Mr. Trump's operation is going. Tell us, you fool! So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Pshaw! You got eyes, haven't you? Use them! Well, I would love to have Iris's help, but I need to make her feel better. It's what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what you think, Inspector. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So, Grexy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. I love how we can just throw a 10-year-old at it and get an answer. If we're not getting answers, just ask a 10-year-old to get the answers for us. Last night, at shortly after hours, at 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard's police attended to the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. So it was locked from the inside. So we have another locked murder mystery here. The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officers doing? Quite right, madam, quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door store in as humbly as possible. Oh! As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrated on the floor and thus-wise. Next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Miss Latstrate, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say, she had that gun that was used in her hand. No! Presumably it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In her pocket, we found the keys to the door as well. What? The keys to the storage room? And you say the storage room has been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. Which all leaves her ladyship's friend in some sort of sticky shit situation, I'm afraid. Inspector, you better do something! You made her cry! Obviously, my official opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Yeah, you want to tell me the truth, Gregson? What do you really think? Are you just saying that so that your ladyship won't cry? Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Yep. Mm-hmm. No favoritism here. That is gonna be one of my favorite lines. That is just one of my favorite lines now. It's one of my favorite Renosuke lines now. Just, no favoritism here. So how's Shelms doing? He doing good? Cause you don't want to make me cry. You don't want to make the lion girl cry. She will stab you in the back. Literally. Okay. You know anything about Hurley? Is this operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he... thing is, no news. Let me guess. Don't mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say Mr. Shelms is... No, the operation is done and dusted. It's just that, well... How is it? Sato is ready to do a Sato takedown. Backs away slowly. We're backing away slowly. Yes, madam! They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body sensitive. Whole body? Anesthesiast? Is that even possible? I mean, the operation came complete with the patient. Well, the patient is fast asleep. Goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we can manage to provide laughing gas for tooth extraction. We can just imagine to provide laughing gas for tooth extraction. The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing. Follow my meeting. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off. So right here. And now with the op finished, they can't get him awake apparently. Fucking hell! Do we need to go get a snake? We need to go get a snake. We need to go bring him up some remembrance. Oh my! No one knows if the anesthetic is stored in the system, or the bloke is just plain exhausted. But anyways, all they can do now is stand back and wait until he's comes around again. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word to you. What a surprise. Even in the matters of life or death, Mr. Shelms has to do things his way. Alright, let me investigate. I need to examine things. Look at these articles that have been deposited. The Aruma stuff is full of them. I can't say believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, some even enormous paintings. Look, pieces of different people's lives, quietly gathering dust here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here, or at least there would be if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman stuff shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, sunshine. Wow, we have such an expressive face. Out of all the articles in the storage room, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh! Iris' unpublished story, The Hounds of Bakersville. Surely that's not what all this... Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Is that telling you? You must check inside this box at once. Yes. Let me guess. The box is empty. Ah! It was there! Iris' story was there. Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yes. I mean, of course, I believe Hurley when he said you deposited it here, but still. It's all a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not very well hidden. That's not a very well hidden brown. Alright, let's check the gun. This is a revolver. A real one! And quite possibly the murder weapon. Used that to take Mr. Windybake's life. What's the matter, Susie? You don't look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've really seen a gun in the flesh. And I have issues with guns in the past. Yeah, I don't want to explain that case to you, Iris. Because when I mentioned who the victim was, you're gonna be heartbroken. We don't need to break a 10-year-old's heart. Okay, she's dealing with enough right now. Telling her that I was framed for her father's death should not be one of them. But anyways, we saw Mr. Winbake was yesterday, didn't we? Yes, it's in the thumbnail for Lost Piece. I shall test to take my own life. It must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole at the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Check the bullets! Check how many bullets there are! Mr. Wingmaker, he told us he only had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only one single shot was fired from this revolver. Okay, so it is empty. More blood! The police had marked the position of the body with the chalk line. Iris, we need the blood the blood machine thing. Poor Mr. Windy. He was a nice old man. Well, he is. He was just shot once through the heart. Most likely, the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt the sting. That's probably not what you want to say to a 10-year-old who's on the verge of tears! This must be his blood then. Ah! I don't like to ask such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action! It turns blue! Okay. So, now we know the color of the chemical when it turns and reacts to Mr. Windmaker's blood. Whoever said this is Windmaker's blood. And it doesn't match our analysis of the blood stain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add this this to sample to the others we already have collected anyways. I'm still fairly certain that the blood stain we have out there is the blood stain out there is Shrone's. Okay. Nothing. When in doubt, present evidence! Inspector? What do you make of this? Ah, what do we have here then? A redemption ticket for an article is deposited here, isn't it? Looks like someone ran out of the office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper it was to hand. Yes, this is a ticket from Miguel's overcoat, the one that the little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? You think you know better than me, do you? No, I didn't mean to, Rono's right, said Grexy. This isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't, of course it isn't. I never doubted you, my ladyship. No favoritism here. So, what's it all about then, if I might be so bold to ask? This is a second ticket. A second one? It seems that Miss McGill, in fact, has another article in storage here at Winnie's here at Winnie's. Isn't that right? Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruto. Oh, good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. When in doubt, just ask Iris if she could talk to him. Great, that's the easy way. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Miss McGill's overcoat. Eh? You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just one music box disc that day. I should have insisted on the lad taking it back to the yard and examining him properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGill deposited another article here with Mr. Winbank. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Grixie? Any idea at all? It says other articles belonging to Miss McGill. It could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be. You'd have no idea where it is. That's what Please, stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes all full of hope and exception. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles. I'll go parking. Gosh, he is such a simp for a 10-year-old. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. You're not a dog. Isn't that right, Sato? That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. What kind of sauce do I bring? I don't know. Here's some Alfredo. There's one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline is already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held here for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be here then. That's right. It's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time. Oh. There's dozens of the little boxes out there. Hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might be the skills. That information is not written in the ledger. Ugh. Well, I think we should have just a look, just in case. Oh, of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Real old. Let's have more fun presenting evidence. Inspector Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this, do you think? Okay. Present! Inspector Gregson. Okay. Inspector. Okay. Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest? Nope, can't read it yet. We're not supposed to release it to the public yet. Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hounds of Bakersfield. Most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. And I suppose I don't. Would there be any mention of my humble self in this tale this time? Good question. I can't really remember. I see. Well, why don't you... Well, would you, your ladyship? I'll just wait for its publication, and it was its eager anticipation. You needn't to worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable. You look like to be arrested. You're looking to be arrested, Sunshine? No thanks, Bender done that! I didn't mean it like that, and even if I did, wouldn't you have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you? I love my response. Would you like to get responses? Bender done that. Okay, let's go back out, examine yourself. Alright, let's start presenting evidence to Iris. As a joke, let's do it. Would you mind if I showed you this, Iris? It's just a boring old thing, really, but... Oh, I don't really like boring things. Ah. Looks like Japanese modesty isn't really misinterpreted by Western children. I mean, who does like boring things? Nobody wants to be shown something boring. Come to think of it, you're always so introducing things with, this is boring, but it's a bad habit, you should stop it. I'll be sure to let the entire population of the Empire of Japan know of my return. Poor Jeannie, this must be all my fault, really. But she'll alright, won't she? In court tomorrow, I mean, she has one of the greatest Japanese lawyers in British courts in her hands. Yeah, I think I'm the only Japanese lawyer here in Great Britain, so therefore I'm the greatest. You know, so you'll be right. I'll defend her with everything I've got. So she's in great hands. So she'll be alright, won't she? You doubt me, Iris? You doubt the great Renosuke Naruto? Don't worry, Sato will be with me. Am I that bad in instilling confidence? The way you can identify the differences in people's blood like this is amazing. You really are a great genius, Iris. I know. I am. If Hurley and I put our minds to it, we could really shake up Britain's chemists and alchemists. And you could shake up Japanese lawyers and judges, couldn't you, Mr. Naruto? I mean, I certainly shook one of them. I wasn't even a lawyer at the time, Sato. Oh, for sure. Even if I didn't intend to. Hold on, just one moment. Just a moment. Oh, my manuscript? Mr. Shelf said he deposited it when he thinks he had. But it's so strange. What is it about a particular story? I worked so hard on it. Why would Hurley say I can't publish it? I'm afraid I have no idea. All you can do is wait until he's ready to tell you, I suppose. Oh, maybe. It's because Hurley isn't in it enough. Maybe I didn't give him enough good lines. Yes, maybe. I wish I could say definitely. That's definitely the reason, but I can't. Yes, this is where all the items have been forfeited for their original owners who are offered for sale. That's right. They've got little pieces of labels on them, but there are also many. I wonder if this small box this ticket was for is still the one on the shelf somewhere. The box that Miss McGill deposited here just over 2 months ago. Even if it were, finding it seems very troublesome indeed. There's so many boxes. It could be any one of them. Mr. Shom said the Palms Worker was the safest place to store anything, more secure than the bank's vault. So perhaps the small box in Miss McGill's contained something of very great value. Well, and if that's the case, he probably would have kept it locked. So then we need to find every box with the locks and break them all open. Hiya! Ah, we've been missing a Sato takedown. That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I won't let that happen. It's investigation purposes, Sato! Ah, this takes me back. It's been some time since the Sato-san last threw me. I'm fairly sure this caption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident if I can get close again. Oh, yes, that's a folding stereoscope. Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Shawn showed us a picture yesterday, and you were supposed to see it in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used the big contraption over there. Ah, yes. Well, that's for us. But that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is much more simpler designed for use at home. There's special shops selling your prints if you can use them in. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I can make money out of these in Japan. It would be keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyways. Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there's all sorts of different colors. There's pretty pinks and purples too, you know? Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Quick! To stop my finger! Very golden balls. That's right. That's the shine. Shows us that this shop is a pawnbrokery. A bit like your armband shows you're a defense lawyer. From Japan. And what's the significance of those 3 gold balls? Does it have some special meaning? I expect Hurley would like to answer that question when he's back from the hospital. You mean you don't know? No. I'll take anywhere right now. I don't know where to go, really. Tina doesn't appear to be here. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, but wait a minute. What is it, Iris? Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my! Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse. Calm down, Rono. I'm only joking, of course. Oh. You had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction. Yes, it must be your way with words, Iris. You are so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight of your words carry. Oh dear. Sorry. I suppose a light-hearted, the great detective bit is a contraction in terms. Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would have just thrown his head back in golf field. Not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruto. Well, anyways, it looks like we won't be talking to Gina for a while. We should try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime. Yes! Come along then, no? Come along, Susie. Nothing in the suite. Probably nothing here yet. Yeah. We already examined all of this! Yep, nope. Wait, there's one thing we must do. Now that the whole group is here together. That spade has been there since we started renting the place. Bruno! That's not a spade. It's a shovel. Ah, you're a shoveler, aren't you? I have a feeling you would pick me on that. Oh no. A pick is something else entirely. Now I've dug myself into an even deeper hole. Okay, so in this case, that's not such a must be something else. Wait. Hold on. Let me look at court records. I can't find anything out of place. The Hounds of Bakersville. How did Satsu-san know the exact title of some unpublished story? I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me. I'm so sorry. This is the second photograph of the cat, and it really does look like Winky tonight. Looks exactly the same as the first photograph in the glance. I suppose that's what's so compelling. Actually, now that we have both pictures, I could have another go at that viewing them as a skeptic image. So I need to cross my eyes and try to get the two cats to merge in the middle of one. Sure hard thing to do. Whoever has thought of this in the first place must have been a long time staring. Wait, Iris, we have more blood. This is the ticket that Gina brought here yesterday. Yes, having been interested by her by Mr. McGill 2 months earlier. Articles are positive. One gentleman's overcoat. Another redemption ticket was in the pocket of that coat. Yes, for a small box. Deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident. Could that have anything to do with all of this? Iris! Mr. Nanado. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling somewhere. I have noticed. Red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Satsu-san has picked up on that. Well, in that case... Yes, we need Iris! We should show this to her before we forget. Thank you. Outside! Iris? Oh, that looks like blood! You know what to do. I would say it's from the gloved finger. Most certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't you worry, Rono. You can leave the rest to me. Purple. Look at that. Yes, that's the color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply need to add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these were different colors were found at the same point. Some point. Well, in this particular stain of blood... Oh, you have an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? I think I do. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction. That's right! I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Rono. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright. I believe that the color of the blood is... It's McGill's. Mr. McGill? Yes, after all, this redemption ticket belonged to him. So you don't think? You mean that during the incident of the omnibus? Yes, I expect so. It's very clear print, and no small amount of blood. So it must have resulted from some fairly serious accident, such as he might have been sustained on the omnibus. But wait, but if I remember rightly, no sign of injury was found in Mr. McGill at all. Oh. Well, we're trying to work out whose blood it comes from, so we can rule anyone who hasn't been bleeding straight away. Ah, it's the Mason guy. Sorry, fired Mason? You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trail off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now, in that case. And of course, I have never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely the thrice fired, though. The victim? Of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thricehead Mason. But that would mean this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. And Gina brought this ticket here to Windbreakers yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on that at the time. So it's a smear of blood that from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGill was also wearing leather gloves that night. Now I ask yourself, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man the hand. Certainly it does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGill had no injuries at the time anywhere on his body, from which we can conclude that any blood on the glove must belong to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Natado! You sound just like Mr. Sholmes! So I get his favoritism now, right? So no, minus the quirk slip-ups, I hope. Guys, I'll tell you this much right now. You cannot convince me otherwise that Renosuke and Sholmes do not share a brain cell. Yes, I think you're right, Rono. Very well. Let's make a note of this. Cool. Cool. Ding, dong, ding, dong, dong. Ah! I nearly trapped under my skin there. How could Mr. Windbreaker set up such a wicked trap? I doubt he set that to scare anyone. Is it really that time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh. Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. If she may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Rono? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. April 5:41 p.m. Local prison, cell 13. Ah, Gina, good. You're back. Ah! It's okay. It's just us. It's just us. The police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Jeannie? Was it awful? Eh? Oh, it didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It means we were able to investigate at Wyndham's Bank. Oh, right. Do you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it. That's not... Gina, we came to ask you for your final decision. Eh? What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Nadado to represent you. Right, I see. She really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know that's what it feels like. The worries is just so hard to bear. Oh, alright then. Blimey! Give me what you forgot. Them was eyes, Iris. So come on, Marissa, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Nadado and all of us know that you're innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are numbers of investigating interesting facts that we have managed to establish. Oh yeah? Well, like what? Well, for example, the reason you're being here in the first place, I think I know why you broke into Winnie's bank that night. It looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. And thrust it in Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Oh yeah, let's go with that second option, Ernest. Let's do that first, though. Let's calmly present evidence to her face. Let's just present all the evidence. Would you have a look at... That's strange. Where has my armband gone? What's the problem? Something wrong? Don't suppose. You're looking for this? Yes! But how? And when? And how again? I got a talent for it, haven't I? Haven't. That's bordering on black magic. And what I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull. So, what you want to tell me about it then? Here, Gina, look at this. Nata. I wasn't saying you could have it. Oh, what is... Oh, yeah, we know this. Nope, not giving it. Gina, I'd like to thank you for signing these papers. If you want to thank me, you can do it once you got me off the hook. Alright then. Wait! Wait! Wait, she said she's gonna let us represent her? Wait, what? Should she be thanking me then? You know what, Mr. Naruto? It ain't good manners to expect thanks for someone if you do someone a favor. I know that! She's a tricky one with words, but she's tricky as with words as she's with fingers. you see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took at Winning's Bank, did you think? The one on the back for that black overcoat that you're wearing now. What's that? I don't know. They look the same to me, those tickets. Surely not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it. That would appear to be blood. Does that ring any bells? I don't know. They all look the same to me. Blood. And they all sound the same to me. These answers. Suspicious. Alright, the actual evidence that we need to show her. We found this in Mr. Windbreaker's storage room. The manuscript of Iris' latest story. Ah! Oh, that's right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storage room at the Winning's Bank showed no signs of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box that was filled that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the haunt of Barkersville was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storage room last night, isn't it? Ah! Why don't you tell us what happened, please? We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Nah, don't bother. Rip them up and check them, would ya? Those representation papers or whatever they're called. It still ain't fancy enough to have it been. So, what will you do in court tomorrow? I'll be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen's gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. Alright then, yeah. This Bigville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured, it's gotta be worth a few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What?! So, you intended to sell Iris' manuscript, did you? Oh, would you? What?! Wait! No, hang on! Of course I wasn't going to sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript, or whatever you call it, was really there or not. The only real reason I was in the place. For Iris' sake? Isn't that right? Ah! We knew why you've done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything like that, Jenny. I knew it! Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storage room, it reminded me of what you said the night before. The grown-ups do worse than like that, believe me. Barefaced liars, lots of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling ya, that man still skipper ain't at Winnie's Bank. You'll soon see, have a look. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Rolly's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, sometimes I wonder if he might be hitting my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny. That's so sweet of you. Alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Stop looking at me like that, Iris. I don't know why she's Irish all of a sudden. Reason for breaking in. If it weren't because of Iris, that's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. He wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest, if he really deposited a manuscript at Winnie's bank. Like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But I was a lot like mine. She's got her dad, only she can't see him. Yeah, Gina, I can't break her heart right now. I'm gonna eventually tell her that I was accused of her father's murder, but no, I can't break her heart. We have a lot to deal with right now. And I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. That are about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me anyways, last night when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? Such as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. Well, that's how I see it, yeah? You're so thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, and we had never thought it any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I hate this crummy nonsense, do you hear? I hate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Cause it ain't for... If you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scappa. I can't do that to you. I haven't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there in both of her sleeves and the overcoat are some very suspicious red stains. What? What are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting with her some other findings in that area to Gina now. Alright! Time to shove more evidence in her face! The stains on the sleeve of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? Blood, Mr. Nanado? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood spattered from Mr. Winningbank when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get the results much faster than anything else. Yeah? Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Ginny. I'm gonna shoot. That's Mason's. Oh. Oh my! What the? Forget the sleeves! The whole coat is covered in blood! Of course! The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches the blood samples we already have collected perfectly. Yes! Now let's see, who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you all about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruto, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. I kind of knew that already. That was the truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Would someone got explain what's going on? Stop telling half the story. We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Miss McGill's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant still said in his testimony. Now you ask yourself, what good-hearted soul wouldn't trust to help a young fellow from his stomach? I wasn't supposed to start worrying about me gloves now, so was I reached out and gave the man a hand. But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains could have been arisen from Mr. Gilligan trying to pull the victim to his feet. No, if that was really what happened, the blood would have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it was splattered all over Mr. McGill's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Agnes McGill. I knew I couldn't trust that slimy bastard. Mr. Nadado. That horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. God, it's farewell my turnabout all over again. Except for I already let the man go. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I let that happen? I don't know. Did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGill was innocent? Not fully, Iris. I just met the man. I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-san? Listen, Renosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what's the truth and what's a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our client. That's really all we have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe that what our clients tell us, can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe in you, unwaveringly. What's funny, Gina? That sounds like in the sense Empire of Japan you came from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on! Look at the mess you've gotten into, leaving in some bog trotter. Yes, I uninvented until he helped the murderer walk free. At least you learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people never worth it. Someone's always stabbing you in the back in the end. As soon as you got done, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one. Get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolute sure. What you'd like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial. How many times do I have to say it? Rift them up and took them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I bet that's what he wants now, Mister. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I let everyone in the garden pass, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruto, a lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his client. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel like I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. I feel like I can trust her. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Eh? Oh, you half-baked? Not at all. You have not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? Once more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Seriously? Mr. Naruto? Didn't you hear what I said before? I'm a born liar. Tips trip me off the tongue. I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over you guys 2 months ago and got you all in sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina. I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more in life than you have yet to realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who would never let you down. Yeah? It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. What did you expect me to say to that? Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's just been penned your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Easterns are I don't know what you are. I don't get ya. Gina's taking herself back to herself. She'll never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. Who's ever hiding there? Show yourself at once! Eavesdropping is the height of cowardness! Miss Sato! Somebody's in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What?! Blimey! You're sharp, eh? Garkson? I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts. Like the art of thieves I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Grixie! Oh, dearie me, I'm so terribly sorry, Your Ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in our conversation? Good grief! Listening in? No. I just got word that there were some visitors here who were refusing to leave, even though it was after hours. I assure you, Your Ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That is all, nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself, Your Ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye and bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat! I'm terribly sorry, but the time for pressing it at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with as sharpish Lord Strongheart, well, he will go off on you and talk about time. Emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing? Forget I said anything! Anyways, I'm off. Alright, Grexy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted! Charmed! Can't wait! If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. Grexy's so funny. He says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see the inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyways, I wonder what his emergency at the Supreme Court. I must attend to the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Miss Sato. And safe travels. Kindly escort Iris home, Mr. Nadado. I shall meet you there later. And that's where we'll say our farewells. And so our investigation came to an end. Sato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feelings that has been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Sato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. April, 11:13 p.m. Nadado's legal consultancy. Nadado-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Sato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sean was shot before her eyes. Gina was arrested, all on the back of the news of her father falling ill, and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem so unable to find words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyways, I have one final task complete as your judicial assistant. Once that's done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. But we managed to establish this office. I was finally feeling though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I feel no regrets. I'm so sorry, Sato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I have no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel that I've learned something. What would that be? It seems to me that there's many facets to people's personalities. Faucets? And like a jewel, the light pays off in complex patterns, illuminating their actions into their motives. But we only see a small number of total faucets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows, what facets can we cannot see look like. Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much, but I keep hoping that one day all will become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Nadado-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if sometimes the way seems dark. It's amazing to think that it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry? I what? Don't forget, I'm older than you. Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. Do you know what time you'll be leaving London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. See, well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I can't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter has the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my! I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents? It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGill case? It seems to me that this case of Mr. Winbeck's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case in ways that are not yet apparent. I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. With everything else she has to think about, Sato-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case for tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Sato-san. I'll do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I have been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh! Ignoring me. I was just mumbling to myself. McGill case note has... Thank you so much, Sato. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed, Naruto-san. I must finish packing things in my room. Sato-san, I wish you the very best luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait! There's something I need to say. Hey, yeah! What was that? A secret technique of mine? The Sato shutdown. 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 Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Bye, Sato. Sato-san. It truly has been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about the nemesis of the case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes and comprehend scenes of her life here played in London through my mind. Eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. 17th April. The Small Hour. The Sinister's Hospital. Ward 3. Yes, I quite understand. That a great weight. It's up. This is a great weight off my mind. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we discussed. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell and Godspeed. I knew it, my dear madam. Why didn't no one tell us yet? Gregson, you failed! Well, yes. I would like to save my progress. I think I forgot to save my progress. Okay. Also, just so you guys know, this is where we're gonna be. This is gonna be where we're wrapping up for the day. I would love to continue, but I kind of want to get back to Scarlet. I kind of want to get back to Pokemon Scarlet. I think this is a good time to end. Before we so we don't jump into a trial. So we don't jump into a trial. So probably Friday, maybe we'll be continuing onwards. We'll continue onwards probably Friday, but anyways, that's the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles for today. I know it's a more shorter part, but I have things to do. I have work in the morning, so I can't stay up too late. No, I might because of Pokemon. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. But yes, let's go see if we can find someone in whom we can raid. But I am really, really, really enjoying this now that we have things are slowly finishing. So, yeah. Just gonna see if there's anyone to raid. Well, there's probably is, because I usually go... So let's see. Who do we have for the raid targets today? Okay. If this person is still alive. We're gonna be raiding Kenshi Kochi. They're currently streaming Persona 5. So I hope you guys will have fun. Make sure to give them lots of love. And I will see you guys later.